All right. Shali, I'm just going to share my screen now and we will start learning it's a very, very small but a very powerful stuti. What does a stuti mean? A stuti is a recitation about the qualities of, here it is Jinvani stuti. What does Jinvani even mean? We saw the story of Shruta Panchami. Why is Jinvani so powerful? Can someone tell me what does Jinvani offer to us? What does it bring to us?
It gives us true knowledge.
Gives us true knowledge. And what do we do with that true knowledge? Even Google offers us so much true knowledge. Google's not lying. Yes, Zoe?
Like we can be more pure, like our soul can be more pure.
Very good. What else? Avi, you were right. It does give us true knowledge. But what do we do with that knowledge? Okay, now here we go. See, Google and all other sources are of information, okay? But Jinwani Ma is the one. Why is she called Ma? I'll tell you in a second. So Jinvani is the one who assists transformation within us. What sort of transformation? From Bhakta, we can become a Bhagwan. Would you agree to that, Prasuk and Jia? Jinvani Ma is the reason of transformation. She is instrumental for the transformation within us. Okay, from a worldly soul, from a mundane soul, we can be transformed into a Siddha Bhagwan. Agree? Avi, Zoe? So just the information here is no good because there is so much information out there. But when we apply it into our lives, that's when the real wisdom begins. And that's when info is changed into transformation. Now, today is Father's Day, and we say Jinvani is a mother because just like a mother showers her unconditional love on all her children. Okay, like that Jinvani Ma. Who are the children of Jinvani Ma? The infinite the infinite Bhavya Jeev, the ones who are aspiring to go to moksha. Chinvani Ma holds their hands, holds their fingers until they go to moksha. What does that mean? Until we go to moksha, if we listen to Jinvani Ma, if we understand what is the crux of Jinvani, that is the only way we can attain Samyak Darshan and go to moksha. Now, today is Father's Day. If Jinvani is coined or termed as Ma, who is father? Who is real father? Like our dad in this life, we'll only have him as a dad in this life. But who is our true dad for all the lives until we go to moksha? Come on, Jinwani हमारी माता है, पिताजी कौन है हमारे? Come on, you all know this. I'm sure you all know this. Starts with a Zoe, unmute karo. Avi, bolo. Prasuk, Jia.
Wait, what did you ask?
So my question is, if Jinwani is Mata, who is our Pitaji? Who's our father?
Bhagwan?
Yes, Arihant Bhagwan. ऐसे कहते हैं ना, अरिहंत पिताजी मेरे, जिनवाणी माता मेरी. And what are both the parents telling us? Oh, mere beta, Arihant sehaj hai banna. So Jinwani Ma is the one who's actually taking us on the path of moksha. And where did this Jinwani Ma come from? So from Arihant Bhagwan's Divya Dhvani. All right? So today is a very special day, Father's Day, where we express gratitude to all the fathers, means all the Arihant Bhagwans in the world. And wouldn't we all wish that our father also became Arihant Bhagwan very soon? He experiences infinite happiness. Would we wish so for our fathers today? Because there is infinite happiness in sansar, true or false? संसार में अनंत सुख है. False. There's infinite happiness only in moksha. And no matter how rich you are, how beautiful, how powerful, how popular someone is, remember there is always a lot of pain underlying that pleasure. So today we've discussed about Jinvani Ma and Arihant Pitaji. Now, let's start. This is a very, very beautiful stuti. वीरहिमा चलते निकसी गुरु गौतम के मुख कुंड धरी है. Now, Here, Veer means Mahavir Bhagwan. Okay, so we are going to study the lineage from where has this Chinwani Ma originated. Okay, so right now, because we are in Bhagwan Mahavir Shasan Kal means until we have the next Tirthankar, we'll all be bowing down and commemorating to Bhagwan Mahavir. So Jinvani is the Divya Dhwani which originated from Bhagwan Mahavir's Samavsharan. Okay. So Himachal Te Nikasi, just like the Mount Everest is the tallest mountain. Okay. And from there, all the rivers originated. Okay. So just like that, the Divya Dhwani originated from Bhagwan Mahavir. And then where did it come to? Gautam Gandhar. Guru Gautam ke mukha kunda dhari hai. So it originated from Bhagwan Mahavir and then it came from there. The lineage started. It went to Gautam Swami because when Bhagwan Mahavir attained moksha, Dash attained Keval Gyan. Come on, who attained Keval Gyan when Bhagwan Mahavir attained moksha? You all can unmute. We are only 5 people today. So
Gautam
everyone,
Gandhar.
yes. So Gautam Gandhar attained Keval Gyan. And then what did Gautam Gandhar do? What did that Jinwani do? It allowed all the Sansari jeeves to destroy moha, delusion, attachment, aversion. Okay, that was the power of Janvani Ma. तो मोह महाचल भेद चली जग की जड़ता तप दूर करी है. Jadata means the ignorance. Okay, the tap means the burning fire of desires which all worldly people have. It extinguished that fire. Only Janvani Ma is the coolest one she acts like a fire extinguisher to destroy all the moha and all the tap is the fire, the heat. Now, Jnana payo nidhi mahirali bahu bhanga tarangani so uchari hai. Now, only knowledge is the one that has the capability to destroy the fire. And from this knowledge, what is Bahu Bhanga Tarangani? So, just like the ocean has so many waves, like that Jinvani Ma is expressed in this way called Syadvad. Okay. Now, this is very important. We've all discussed about Anekantvad, which is multiplicity of views. Like, for example, Zoe is Jia's sister. Is that right? You're someone's daughter, you're someone's friend, you're someone's student. So, do we have so many different Zoes, or is it just one Zoe and so many forms? Just one Zoe, right? Just like that, Chinwani Ma explains in many, many different forms to different people, okay? And there is no conflict. Ta शुचि शारद गंगा नदी प्रति मैं अंजुलि कर शीश धरी है. So I am bowing down to that Jinvani Ma. Anjali means I'm putting my hands together and bowing down to Jinvani Ma. Now let's read this. Avi, would you like to read? We'll take one paragraph each. Come on.
O divine voice, thou descended from Mahavir, the Himalayas, and fell from the well of Mount Saint Gautam.
Right. So originated from Bhagwan Mahavir and then came to Gautam Gandhar. Zoe.
Piercing the great mount of delusion, you remove the dark ignorance of the worldly beings.
Right. So the great mountain of delusion was destroyed, and the ignorance of sansari jeev, like worldly beings like you and me, was destroyed. Yes, Jia. If Jia is not there,
Swimming in the deep oceans of
consciousness.
consciousness, creating blue waves of relatively. I bow to thee, O holy gangs.
Ganges with folded hands. That word's not printed well. Okay. So, in the deep oceans of consciousness, which means when I am diving deep into the purity of my soul, okay, what happens? I feel there is no conflict or controversy in life at all because everything is right from someone's point of view. Okay, now some very beautiful lines. Ya jagamandir mein anivar अज्ञान अंधेर छयो अति भारी श्री जिनकी धुनि दीप शिखा सम जो नहीं होत प्रकाशन हारी तो किस भांति पधा रथ पाती कहाँ लहते रहते अविचारी यहाँ विधि संत कहे धनी है जिन बैन बड़े उपकारी. Prasak, will you read, beta?
1 second. I'm gonna plug the charger in.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Whenever you're ready. Now, in this worldly abode is full of unconsciousness and darkness. The sansar is said to be jet black, बहुत घना अंधेरा, like a dark forest where the sunlight doesn't even reach. That's how the mundane world, that's how our sansar is. And no matter how we feel, I am very intelligent, I'm very clever. It's I am not smart enough because I've tried to capture everything else in my knowledge, but I don't know myself. Okay? Yeah, Prasad, whenever you are ready, let's
Okay.
yeah.
The world above is full of unconsciousness and darkness. If thy divine voice illuminating the elements of life was not there, how could mortals achieve real knowledge? They would have remained immersed in ignorance. Saints, let's praise thee, O Holy Mother, for your beneficence.
Good. So this worldly abode is full of unconsciousness. That means ignorance. Okay? Agyan. If that, agar aap nahi hote, if your divine voice, if your Divya Dhwani was not there, then who would have shone this knowledge upon me? ज्ञान मुझे कौन देता? Deepashikha is like illuminating bright lamp. Okay? Now, how could mortals achieve real knowledge? You and I are mortals because we are dying and taking birth again. Okay? अगर भगवान की वाणी नहीं होती, if Jinwani was not there, there was no way we could have attained this wisdom. Okay? And that's why we bow down to our Holy Mother, which is Jinwani Ma, because she is of immense benefit to us. There is no one in this whole wide world who can help us to go on the path of moksha. That is what this beautiful, it's only few lines, 8 lines, couplets, but full of deep meaning. Now, just as Chinvani Ma is very, very important for us, today, since it's Father's Day, we'll discuss how Arihant Pitaji is important for us. Come on, I want each of you to say a few lines about your dad, okay? And your wishes for him on Father's Day. Come on. Quick, we'll start with Gia, Zoe, Prasuk, Avi, or any other way, whoever's ready. Come on. Come on. No? No one wants to talk? All right, Avi, you start.
He's really nice and he helps me get lots of work done.
Mm.
And he always plays with me.
Mm-hmm. Now, I love the way you say he gets lots of work done. You know what? He is the inspiration for you to join Pathshala, okay? So, Jinwani Ma and Aryant Pitaji, you would not be here. You would not be on the path of moksha. Not just Pathshala, but going to Mandirji. And when we say Father's Day, it's also all your forefathers, all the ancestors, isn't it? Because your dad learned from your grandfather and he learned from his dad. So we are bowing down. It's sort of a day to celebrate all the great dads out there, all the Aryans, all the Tirthankar Bhagwans. Yes, excellent, Avi. Quickly, Prasuk. And then we'll go to Agam Pravesh Part 3.
He's nice and he always helps me if I need help, and he plays with me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. What are your wishes for him?
What do you mean?
What do you wish for him, for your dad?
To
1
go to
second,
Mo.
please. To go to moksha. Yeah, that was my wish. Is that same as yours? All right. Okay, cool. Yes, Gia.
My dad is really kind and he helps me with my homework. I
Mm-hmm.
hope that he can become a famous tennis player when he grows up.
Oh, cool. How cool is that? Very nice. And do you know what? Our Arihant Bhagwans, I have to tell you this, might sound very funny. Our Arihant Bhagwans are great tennis players too. And how do I say that? What a and Zoe is laughing. What does a tennis player do? He hits the balls that come to the opposite court, isn't it? So our Arihant Bhagwans, they don't hit the real tennis balls, but they are busy hitting karmas. Okay, they've destroyed the four major karmas. And then the Aghatya karmas, they're just tossing on the karmas. And they are such champions at that. Yes, Gia?
So for their life, they're kind of just like hitting balls.
Yeah, just hitting balls, but not with a tennis racket. Their tennis racket is their dhyana, their meditation, okay, which helps bounce the karmas. It does not make any difference to them. Yes, Zoe. And then we'll start with Agam Pravesh 3.
My dad is really nice
Mm.
and he helps me with my homework and he plays with me and he also like sometimes he makes dinner.
Cool. How nice is that? How blessed are we all in our lives? Okay, now let's go to Agam Pravesh Part 3. We've done a few chapters, but some of them are really, really easy. So let's go on here. Now, uh, this is a conversation between two students. Now we'll take Adarsh as Prasuk, then Devdas as Avi, teacher as Zoe, and the one asking questions is Gia. Okay, now let's just play here. Now we constantly embrace our teachings into your teachings into our life. So we are saying to Arihant Bhagwan, or maybe you're saying to Dad here. Okay, where I'm constantly trying to follow your teachings in our lives. We try to shed the sinful karmas. Okay, all dads want their kids to become the best champions. Okay, and the real champion is the one who is able to destroy their karmas. True or false? True, we chant Namokar mantra daily, and yet why is our life filled with misery? So all the kids in Pathshala asking their dad today, in spite of all this, why is my life filled with misery? Why do sinful karmas arise? Will I ever be free of misery? Can I ever be happy? Is the question on Father's Day that all the Pathshala kids are asking. Now, are the celestial beings, Dev Gati ke Dev? Do you think we all have been in Dev Gati sometime before? We all have been in the heaven, in the celestial kingdom? Yes. Will doing good deeds, if I just do punya karmas, okay, if I do very good deeds, I'm very kind, I'm very generous, I'm helpful to others in their tough times, will the good deeds help me to go to heaven? Now, look here, this is what dads are saying. Good deeds will indeed help you to go to heaven, but it's no way related to your happiness because guess what? Even in heaven, there is a lot of jealousy between the different gradations of the gods. Karmic bondage will never make you happy. The shedding of karmas is the only key to happiness. So, dads are telling us a very important lesson here. The only way for you to be happy is to get rid of all your karmas. That is why it is very important to know the true nature of happiness and ways it can be attained. And that's why we celebrate Father's Day today. Okay, remember, uh, bowing down, expressing gratitude to our Arihant Pitaji, because if Arihant Pitaji did not tell us the path to go to moksha, would we ever be happy in the true sense? We would never attain true happiness. Now, who are true gods? What is the nature of Arihant Bhagwan? Jo Vitaragi, Sarvagya, or Hitopadeshi. Have you heard these three words? Vitaragi is passionless. Veet is got rid of. They have none of what rag is attachment. And when someone doesn't have any attachment, they have no aversion either. Attachment is like and aversion is dislike. Okay. And hitopadeshi. Hitopadeshi means they tell us the path of moksha. Hit is beneficial for all, okay? Welfare for everyone. Those who are free from affection and aversion, that is like and dislike. Those who simultaneously know the past, present, and future of all the substances in the world. Now, do you think Google can be our guru because Google knows everything? Do you think so? No way, because Google does not know the future, and Google only knows part of the present, only that which has been programmed into it. When we find something, we start loving it. It is called affection. When we start hating something, it is called aversion. And both these, affection or attachment and aversion, are opposite to the actual nature of the soul. That's why they're distortions. That's not the true nature of the soul. Okay? Just like, will you believe in me if I say the nature of sun is to bring coolness into our lives? Is that true? The sun is that brings heat into our lives, isn't it? It's the moon which adds the cool into our lives. Just like that, the attachment and aversion, the punya and pap, the rag and dvesh are not our real traits, are not our real nature. What even is our real nature? हमारा स्वभाव क्या है? Come on, what is our real nature? Come on.
जाना देखना.
Yes, that's why we started with मैं ज्ञानानंद स्वभावी हूँ. Maybe even if I wake you up at 1 o'clock in the night, Zoe, Gia, Prasuk, Avi, and I ask you, what is your real nature? Will you say to sleep? To snug in bed? That's not what our real nature is. To know and to see. Okay? So, Bhagwan ki Vani jo hai na, these teachings of Bhagwan are beneficial for everyone, not just humans, not just mom and dad or our family, but every living being in the world. That's why they are known as Kevali or arahants, those who recognize the real and opposite nature of the soul and get engrossed in the true nature. Those who realize the nature of the soul is Gyan Darshan, the nature of the soul is not touch, taste, smell, or hearing. They are the ones who become omniscient, means Sarvagya and Vitarag. Only they are acknowledged as true gods. Now, what if I tell you, I've got a stone here, a very, very precious stone. I'm not sure if you can see it, okay? It's an amethyst. What if I tell you, you ask anything to the stone and the stone can answer you? Will you believe in me? This stone will give you whatever you want. It's like my genie, my go-to for everything that I need. So I am going to worship this stone in the temple every day. Will you believe in me? Why not? Why wouldn't you believe in me? Or if I say, there's this tree. Yes, Avi, bolo.
The
Look
stone
at.
doesn't have any soul in it, and it doesn't
Uh-huh.
like it doesn't have the ability to know everything, so it can't um tell you everything.
Right. Three important points. Neither is it Vitarag. Okay. One is it's not a Jeev. Okay. It's not a living being. Second, neither is it Vitarag, nor is it Sarvakya. It doesn't know anything. Nor is it Hitopadeshi. So the three important traits. Why are we even learning about true gods? The ones who are Vitarag, Sarvagya, and Hitopadeshi are true gods. When you know the nature of the true God, what if I tell you there's this Sadhu Baba, okay? uh, and he's wearing his orange robe, and you should worship him because he will give you great marks in your exams, or he will make you successful in whatever your academics or your music class or your sport. Will you go and worship him? And I tell you, this is a temple where you should go to worship him. Prasuk, will you go? Why not? Because now you know who real gods are. So this head should not bow. This head is not like a coconut. Do you know in some traditions, they will break coconuts in front of God and then they will drink that water as prasad. So the head is not like a coconut. You can just bow down to any person. When someone says that they are beneficial to you, this head will bow down only to the Vitarag Sarvagya Hitopdeshi, passionless, omniscient, and preceptors of welfare. I prefer the words Vitarag, Sarvagya, and Hitopadeshi here. Have you understood the meaning of the three words? Prasuk, Jia, Zoe, Avi, have you understood the meaning? Yes or no? All right, good. So now let's go to true Shastras. What if I give you a diary of a wimpy kid and I say, read this and this will help you to go to moksha? Will you believe in me? Why not? Look, let's see now here. True gods, like we saw with Ragi Sarvagya Hitopdeshi, their Vani, their words, their preachings are called Jinvani. They are scriptures, okay? Now, one important rule of thumb, the scriptures which nurture Vitaragta, those which nourish Vitaragta, those which fortify and strengthen Vitaragta are only true scriptures. What if I told you there's a mystery, a book like a fiction book in which there's a lot of killing and death, and it's very, very interesting, and we should all be worshipping that book? Will you also worship that as a shastra? No, that will be a shastra, which is a weapon, okay, because it's going to increase your rag and dvesh. The scriptures in which affection is said to be a religion, attachment or affection or like, they are not preachings of Vitarag Bhagwan, because Vitarag Bhagwan will always only teach us how to get rid of rag and dvesh. The true scriptures show us the correct path to liberation. Only those books, only those shastras which teach us the right path to liberation are the real shastras. Has everyone heard the word shastra? Yes, Dev Shastra Guru. Have you heard it? Avi, Prasu? Right. Okay. So we can attain true happiness by understanding and following that path. There is no other way in this whole wide world. Now, look, we are living in difficult times because we don't have Arihant Bhagwan Samavsharan. If we had Samavsharan, we would be able to go to, say, Simandar Bhagwan Samavsharan or Mahavir Bhagwan Samavsharan, then we wouldn't need any Janvani, because we are having Arihant Bhagwan right in front of us who could answer all our queries. Okay. And then we could attain Samyak Darshan and go to Moksha. But because we are living in Dash Kal, in which era or Kal are we living? You can just show me with your fingers. We are on the fifth Kal, right? Which is a difficult one because there's no Arihants, no Tirthankars, and also Dharma, religion, is from top. We are sliding. So there's no progress. We are regressing on the path away from Dharma. Okay. Now, those scriptures, sorry, what's the matter? Yeah, those scriptures which strengthen worldly pleasures or ornamentation or wars, violence, false knowledge, they will increase rag and dvesh. That's why they are not scriptures. They are not shastras, but they are called shastras. Because of feelings of affection, aversion, attachment. Okay. Since when do we have moha rag dvesh? From eternity. We've always had it. But now in this life, we all will read the scriptures and we will enhance the feelings of Vitaragta. Okay? We will not let false thoughts, false knowledge crush the real nature of the soul. Okay? That's why we should not read scriptures which increase attachment, like even watching movies. Okay? Okay, tell me one thing. Has it ever been? We've all watched movies sometime in our life. Yes? Cartoons, movies, yes. Is it possible that I watch a movie and it inspires me to go to moksha? Do movies inspire us to go to moksha? Yes, Avi is saying yes. I'm not saying Jain movies. Maybe like something like War or something, Terminators or something. No. Okay, when you're watching violence, what is the chance that you're going to follow ahimsa? So if I'm seeing ahimsa, my thoughts are also going seeing hinsa, my thoughts are going to be about hinsa, which is violence. So the scriptures that truly or traditionally nurture passionlessness are the true scriptures. So those which nurture vitaragta, only those should be learned and or taught. Okay. Now, why am I even telling you this, Zoe, Jia, Prasuk? Why are we learning about this? So that if I go wrong in something, has there ever been, we've done classes for a while now, has there ever been a day when I said to you that, oh, you must get angry. It's the only way to get things done. It's great to throw a temper tantrum and then mom and dad will buy you whatever you want. And now you're smart enough, even if not me, or even if anyone says something like that to you, you should go to the temple every day because that's the only way to get good marks in your life or to become rich in your life. Will you agree with me? No, because when we go to the temple, of course you will become very rich, but most importantly, you will become Vitarag. You will be able to become Arihant and Siddh. That is the true reason we go to Mandirji, isn't it? Or we go to listen to Jinwani. Okay, so have we understood about what is Sache Dev, the true gods, and what is Sache Shastra? Have we understood? Any doubts? Too easy. Okay, let's go forward then. Now let's see Sache Guru. What are two true teachers? The ascetic saints, which means Muniraj, who are devoid of desires, so they don't have any desires, and they don't have any possessions either. What are they doing? They're just engrossed in meditation. And what are they meditating upon? Are they thinking about the problems of the world? What are our Muniraj meditating on? किसका ध्यान करते हैं? Yes, बोलो, कोई भी बोलो. Come on, any one of you can unmute.
Soul.
On their soul. Okay? Yeah. So, saints who become the head of the Saints Association of the Muni Sangh, the leaders of the Muni Sangh are called acharyas. Okay? What do acharyas do? They are mainly engrossed in their soul. But sometimes they will also give sermons, they will give upadesh. Like you and I, if worthy souls go to them and if we seek teachings from them, then they will teach us. Then, if I've done something wrong in my life, okay, what will they do? They will also give us prayashchit. Okay, help us to purify our faults, to overcome our faults. All right. And they will also give diksha for someone who wants to take diksha. Now, I have a question to you. Can we ever attain moksha without becoming a Muniraj? Now, what if I say, well, I want to live in Australia and I want to live in my home, but I still want to go to moksha? Will I ever be able to go to moksha? Bolo Prasuk, are we? No way. You have to leave your home. You have to be free from all your passions and possessions, both. Okay? Now, those who are leaders of the Muni Sangh are acharyas. Those who are teachers of the Muni Sangh are upadhyayas. And those who are students of the Muni Sangh, sadhu is the ones who do sadhana. Sadhana is they are only working towards attainment of their goal. And what do you think is the goal of Muniraj? Come on. What do you think is the goal of Muniraj?
To attain moksha.
Yes, that's the only goal. Now, why do they want to attain moksha? Let's go to chapter 7. This is a very interesting chapter. Let's read one paragraph each. Prasuk, do you want to read first paragraph?
Sure. From happiness, right?
Yeah.
Happiness without any internal suffering or anxiety is true happiness. True happiness comes from self-realization and self-assertion. It cannot be expressed in words. It is something that you experience. It is also called indiscernible happiness or supersensuous, which can't be experienced in five senses.
All right. What does this mean? Happiness without any internal suffering or anxiety or stress. That is the real happiness. See, even if you and I are happy, say if you get $1 million, okay, you win a tax lotto or something. Will that bring you true happiness? Because there's constant stress of what if I lose my money? Okay. True happiness comes only from self-realization, only from experiencing your soul. It cannot be expressed in any words. Okay. True happiness is that which cannot be experienced by the five senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. Okay? Yes, Gia, read the next three lines. The pleasures enjoyed.
The pleasures enjoyed through the senses are called sensory pleasures.
Hmm.
Sensory pleasures are not true happiness since they're companioned with anxiety,
Hmm?
and more
The
the anxiety, the more one's unhappiness.
Hmm.
Like, why is the lesser the anxiety, the more one's
Right.
happiness.
Now look here. The more anxious, stressed we are, the less is the happiness going to be. That's like common sense, isn't it? Can you be happy when you're stressed about something? No way. Okay. And when there's no stress, when you're at ease, there can be a fountain of happiness. Okay. Yes, Avi. Worldly souls experience. वहां से पढ़ो.
Worldly souls experience suffering less or more depending on their perplexity. When their perplexity is low, the souls consider themselves happy. However, in reality, they're unhappy.
All
Uh,
right. True happiness. Yeah, the last line. Read the last line, please.
True happiness comes from self-meditation.
Very good. Now, worldly souls. Are we worldly souls? Do we live in the world? Yes, we are all worldly. Worldly souls को sansari भी कहते हैं. Okay, and if someone is not sansari, that means they are mukt. That means they are arihants. Worldly souls experience suffering. Why do they experience suffering? Depending on their perplexity, depending on how attached they are to something or how much like or dislike they have. Okay, when that is less, the soul considers themselves, when they're not stressed, when they're not anxious, they think they're very happy. However, that's not real happiness. That which is followed by pain or followed by anxiety cannot be real happiness, because true happiness comes only from self meditation. Would you agree with me? Would you agree with me? True happiness comes only from self meditation. And what does self meditation even mean? Meditation of your soul. This wisdom of differentiation between self is the Atma and others. Okay, Jeev and Ajeev is to know the nature of the soul. Consciousness means the soul. Okay, and the soul does not have any karmas. No bhav karma, no thoughts, no dravya karma, particles of karma, and no dravya karma, bhav karma, no karma, no body. So I am not my thoughts, or I am not my mind, I am not my body, and I am not that which affects my body. Okay, the karmas. When a living being refrains from thoughts of others, when there is self discipline and thinks about the nature of the self, only thinking about oneself, what happens? Why is it important to meditate? You know what? From self thoughts as well, and begins the process of self realization is Atma Anubhuti, experiencing your soul. When you remove all the other objects from sight, not actually removing them, but getting your sight off others and focusing on your pure soul, that's the only time when we can attain self-realization. Self-realization means samyak darshan. It means atma anubhuti. Atma is the soul, anubhuti is the experience. The path of liberation starts with soul's meditation. Liberation is only attained by the meditation of the soul. Do you think we can attain liberation by visiting the Statue of Liberty? Do you think I should come to visit the Statue of Liberty with the thoughts that it will help me liberate myself from sansar? No way. Acquisition of serene happiness, which is devoid of sorrow. So if I want to get rid of all the sorrow in my life, what is the only one way I can do that? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. What is the only
Go to
one?
moksha.
All right, but how will I do that? What did we study in this chapter? What is the only one way for me to go to moksha?
Find true happiness.
How?
By getting rid of your karmas.
How? Your answers are right. Come on. Look, we learned true happiness, okay? And this chapter 8 was all about how can I attain that true happiness?
Going in your soul.
Absolutely. Atma Dhyan. Avi, is that what you wanted to say? Self-meditation, Atma Dhyan. There is no other way we can get rid of the sansar. No other way we can attain Samyak Darshan without Atma Dhyan. Have you heard about any Tirthankars going to moksha while they were sitting on a horseback or while they were waging war? Not possible. Atma Dhyan is the only way. Now, what happens when we do Atma Dhyan is we attain liberation, okay? To be free from grief and to be completely serene is liberation. A soul becomes God on attain liberation. You and I, we are all pure souls, but right now we are in an impure state. But when we purify ourselves, when we get rid of karmas from meditation, we will attain liberation. And can a soul who is liberated, can a Siddha Bhagwan ever come back into sansar? No way. It's like a one way, okay? There is no moha, rag, and dvesh. The only way to escape bondage and attain liberation is the Ratnatraya, the three gems. Self-belief is called right faith, self-knowledge is called right knowledge, and self-conduct, being within yourself, is called self-absorbedness, is called right conduct. The unity of these three is the path of salvation. So we learned about Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, and Samyak Charitra. Only they are going to help us to attain moksha. Now, from Agam Pravesh 3, we only have very few chapters. You do not have the entire Agam Pravesh 3. Should we stop here? Was that too much learning for today? Yeah? Let's stop here for today. Okay, just your takeaways today. Every person comes up with 3 points. What did we learn today? Yes, Soy. Soy followed by Avi, followed by Jia and Prasuk. Be ready.
We learned what true happiness is.
Okay. Avi? So 3 points, if you can give 3 points.
We learn the right path to follow to go to moksha, and we shouldn't just go and pray to like a rock. We shouldn't do that. And it's not like we can go go pray to Bhagwan, so that we can get good grades. It doesn't
Good.
work.
Very good. Jia? No? No takeaways, Jia? Come on, I'll come back to you. I'll come back. At least one thing. Come on, we've studied for like 54 minutes so far. I'm sure you would have picked something from there. Yes, Prasuk.
Like Sache Dev, Sache Shastra, Sache Guru.
Very important, because if dad asks you to go and buy apples, will you come back with pears? No, you have to know what apples are and you have to know what pears are. You must know the difference between them to go and buy real apples, isn't it? So that's why we've learned about Satya Shastra, Dev Shastra, and Guru. So you know what real is and what false is. Okay, one last one, Jia. Let me ask you a question. Who is Jinvani Ma? Why is Jinvani Ma important for us?
Jinvani Ma's like our real mom.
Very good. And so who's our real dad?
Bhagwan.
Yes, Arihant Bhagwan.
Arihant Bhagwan.
Yes, and may we all wish on this Father's Day that may all fathers become Bhagwan very soon. May they be eternal fathers, no more life and death, because there's a lot of suffering in life and death, isn't it? So may we all get rid of our suffering of life and death. Okay, Chali, should we finish for today? And now I'm not going to see you for 3 weeks, but we'll have Ruhi Didi who will complete revision for you. I'm actually going to India for 3 weeks. Do you have school holidays coming up? Do you have school holidays?
It's summer break, so we don't have school anymore.
Oh, you've already started your break? Okay.
June 4th was the first day of summer.
Oh, good. We'll just finish with Jinwani Stuti and then we'll have a quick chat. Yes, Prasuk, Stuti le lo beta. Any Jinwani Stuti.
निज निधि निज में बताई, यह न तो पुकार है, इसके लिए जिनवानी माँ को वंदना शत बार।